What's up, you guys? It's Ben here, and I'm a new YouTuber just starting off, and I wanted to start off my first video on how anyone, even those making $15 an hour, can become a millionaire. Now, how long does that actually take? Well, I put everything in an Excel spreadsheet. It actually took me like 4 hours. I mean, it took forever. Not all of my math is actually correct, so don't quote me on all of the exact mathematics there. It's really close. But I just wanted to give you guys a rough idea on how anyone, those even making $15 an hour, can become a millionaire. There are a few things that I want you guys to know ahead of time. I did assume that the one who's making $15 an hour already has money for a down payment on a house, and I did my house starting off price at $200,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, pretty easy to get. This is all through real estate. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna house hack. So you're gonna buy your first home, you're gonna live in one of the bedrooms, and you're gonna rent out the 2 other bedrooms. Now, I assumed that you would basically be breaking even. It's very easy to do, actually, breaking even on your price there, including mortgage, insurance, all your payments on the house, including you living in it. So it assumes that you have money for a down payment, a good enough credit score to get a loan, and you breaking even on the loan. Now, every 2 years, you're gonna have enough to purchase a new home. I'll show you in the spreadsheet as well. So let's go hop over there. All right, guys, so we're at the computer now, and oh, what's that? Oh yeah, those are just random HDMI cords coming out of the walls there. Anyways, it's interesting how the guy before me who owned this house, I recently just purchased it, he ran a bunch of HDMI cords all over the place, Ethernet cords as well. They're coming out of the walls. It's really interesting, but anyways, this is the house that I recently just purchased, and we're looking at doing a bunch of renovations to it. I'll later make some videos on that. But anyways, before we get started on this, I just want to do a small disclaimer that this is just for entertainment purposes only. I am no financial advisor, and I just wanted to show you the possibilities of even someone making, $15 an hour can become a millionaire in a certain amount of time. Now, how much time that is, well, we'll find out. So I just wanted to show you, this is going to be for your first home. I just went with a $200,000 home, 5% down payment, interest rate 3%, which is, everything here is what the current rates are right now. Now, you can speed up this process whether you save more or you get more appreciation on your home. I just did the average appreciation rate at, I think it's 1.038%, so 3.8% every single year appreciation. So that's kind of the rate I used. You can also speed this up by getting a home under market value, which will instantly give you some more net worth to add to this, to get to millionaire status faster. So I went with a $200,000 home, interest rate 3%, 30 years. Everything is pretty normal here. Now, this is the home that you will live in first. So you'll move in one of the bedrooms and rent out the other 2. I did the monthly rent for each one of those bedrooms, $550. And this is something that I've done in the past, and it actually works out pretty well. So these people help pay your mortgage, and you'll basically have no expenses at the same time. So that's kind of what I started off with. You can look over everything here. So if you just calculate it, you basically break even every single year. So that's just kind of what I did. So the first house you're going to move in with 2 roommates. Hopefully they're your friends, but either way, you can market on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist even, to get your roommates. So, you just break it even there. So this is a loan calculator site that I used. You just input all your numbers, and I just kind of did 190,000, 30 years at 3%, and it'll show your amortization schedule. So this is another helpful tool on how I use to calculate your appreciation gains throughout the year. So now let's go to Excel here, and I'm going to try to hide it. So year number 1, this, like I said at the start of the video, this assumes that you had money to pay your down payment on the house, and you got a good enough credit score and all that. So we're starting off there. assuming that you have enough to get the first home. So this is year one, $15 an hour, like I said, $200,000 home financed at $180,000, and down payment of $20,000. So as far as savings go, you're gonna have to try to save half your income, which is not very difficult, I'd say. I was able to live off of this pretty easily at $15 an hour. I mean, it's not too bad. It's just gonna be a little tough for a while as you're making millionaire status. But anyways, year one, $15 an hour, $200,000 home financed at $180,000. So this is the amount of money I have saved from your job. So just cash at the end of the year. Now the home, I assume that you purchase at the beginning of the year, and everything else comes at the end of the year. So any investments that you make will be done at the beginning of the year, just the way I calculated it, and everything else is added at the end of the year. So you'll get all your gains from the appreciation and equity and all that at the end of the year. So $13,000 from your job, cash from real estate. At this point, you're breaking even still. So I'm gonna keep that at zero until you move into your second home. So what you're gonna do when you move into your second home is rent out the first one to a family, and then you'll see a little bit of cash gains from it. So real estate pay down would be just the equity pay down, which is $3,441 at the end of the year. Appreciation on the investments, which again, I just did the 200,000 times 0.038%. 0.038. So that's the gains that you'll make at the end of the year from the average appreciation rate. So cash at the end of the year, which is just your $13,000, and total all calculated up is $44,000, which is pretty good for just your first year starting off. So we're going to go into year two, and this year you obviously don't have enough to get another home yet, so you're just going to let your roommates start paying off the mortgage a little more appreciation gains, and the third year you'll try to move into your second home. So I did calculate that every single year you do get a $1 an hour raise. So I try to make it, as fair as possible, doing $2,000 extra income per year, as you can see right here. So every single year, on average, you'll be getting $2,000 an hour extra from your job or side hustles or whatever you do. So that's right there. The pay down is $3,863. Appreciation on your investments, which is not much more than last year, $7,888. Cash at the end of the year is $28,000. Net worth is $67,790. All right, so we're at year three. You're at $17 an hour. You get your second home, a $223,000 home. Now, the reason I did $223 is because I'm sticking with the $200,000 home appreciating every single year. So if you appreciate the $200,000 home over 3 years, you'll get the $223,000. So I just stuck with that throughout the whole Excel sheet. So you're going to put a down payment of $22,000. Now the $28,000 at the end of the year before, you'll include some of that towards closing costs. So $22,000 plus $6,000 for closing costs should be enough. And now you move into your second home and you rent out the first home. Hopefully your roommates are good enough that you can move them with you. If not, you're just gonna have to find some more. I mean, it's just a part of the game. So cash from job, $2,000 extra from last year, $17,000. Cash from real estate, $4,000. So basically I just did an average rate of return here. My calculator actually said you'll be getting a little more. So 4,000 is a conservative number after all of your expenses for that first home. So the $4,000 per year is from your first home. And I did not include any rent bumps or anything like that throughout the timeline of this. So it's gonna stay at $4,000 every time you get a new home. So real estate pay down, now that includes 2 homes, not just one this time. So you're at $7,800 for that. Appreciation on both of those is $16,000, which again is on 2 homes instead of 1. And cash at the end of the year, which is just the 17 plus the 4,000, is 21. End of the year, you're at 113,000. Now that's pretty cool because you're 3 years into it and you have $113,000 worth of net worth. So I mean, you can already start to see the gains just from real estate. So moving on to year 4, pretty simple. pretty much the same as year 2. This one's year 2. So year 4, you don't buy a home, you get a little raise, $18 an hour, save $19,000 around, $4,000 from your first rental home, pay down, appreciation, cash at the end of the year, net worth $161,980. So that's pretty cool. You're starting to work your way up. You can see that every single year that you get a home, the gains are much different than the years that you don't get a home, an extra home. So moving on to year 5, you're moving into your third place. Again, you do the appreciation. That's how I got the $240,000. And every single time you get a home, I'm trying to add more to the down payment, just so you have, more equity in each home as you go through the years, and you're not so leveraged. So $21,000 for your job, for $8,000 from your first 2 investments this time. Pay down, appreciation, cash at the end of the year. Net worth is $230,000. So almost $250,000 in your 5th year. 6th year, you don't get a home, even though you do have $29,000. We're just going to be safe. Don't buy a home that year. Spend about 2 years in each home. Save up as much as you could. So $23,000 from your job, $8,000 from your previous investments. Moving along, $303,000 net worth at the end of the year. So you can see every single year you're getting more and more, difference in gap there at the end of the year as far as net worth goes. Year 7, you're buying a $260,000 home, financed at $207,000. So the $60,000 from your previous year includes the down payment and closing costs. So just moving on through the years, $25,000 cash. You add the $4,000 to this, since you now have 4 homes, 3 of which are rented out to families. So, more and more appreciation, more and more equity. It's just kind of a snowball effect here at this point, and you just let them pay off themselves. So you're at about $400,000 at year 7. Year 8, you don't get a home. End of the year, $500,000. So you have $100,000 of net worth gains there, and you didn't even buy anything. Year 9, working your way up, $280,000 home, finance at $224,000. You're at $627,000 worth of net worth. So you're getting close. The gains are, definitely adding up here. Year 10, nothing, don't buy a home. At the end of the year, you're at about $757,000. Year 11, you buy your last home. It's a $301,000 home. You do the same thing. If you can get a 4-bedroom home and rent out 3 of the rooms, that's awesome as well. Just check with your laws, because I know with, at least where I live, you can only have 3 people under 1 roof that are not related. It's a weird rule, but just make sure you're checking with all your guidelines there. So at the end of the year, you get your last homes. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 homes at the end of this, $944,000. So you had almost $200,000 of net worth gains at the end of year 11. And obviously, year 12, easy to overcome the millionaire status. So, it's pretty cool how this works. At first, it seems to be pretty slow. You just have to be very conservative with your numbers. I try to be as conservative as I could here, just taking averages, obviously average appreciation, average cash on cash return, all the pay downs and all of that. So hopefully this makes it a bit easier for you guys to see how you can become a millionaire, even just making $15 an hour. So I only did $1 an hour raise. Obviously if you can get more than that every single year, then this is just going to go much faster. You could put more of a down payment, put money in the stock market. This is just kind of a guideline on how to become a millionaire making $15 an hour. So hopefully you guys find this helpful. If you did, please let me know. Please leave a like and subscribe to my new channel. That'd be great.
Wait, huh? Wait, huh?